We're back. This is Renovate and Build with Jim and Sandra, powered by Fair Trade Works.
Getting through the bathroom window. Let you buy silver spoon. But now she sucks up from that water.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this September Saturday morning. We're talking everything construction for this hour, and by we, I mean little Joe Cocker, of course, along with my co-host, the founder and president of Fair Trade Works, Jim Perkins, and our guest this morning from Wolseley, Canada, Mike Heaps. Glad you guys didn't have to climb through the bathroom window to get here. Welcome.
Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Mike. Mike, it's great to see you here again. So let's talk about bathrooms, and first of all, why are homeowners remodeling so much, do you think?
Well, we looked at a study that the House website did, and they're a website and a app that people can go and tell what they're doing in their home reno. And a lot of data comes back from Joe Blow in the community, and there's like 25 million people that use it daily. So you get a variety of answers there and a lot of real truth about what people are doing. And we found a lot of people, almost half of the people that are doing that doing a reno are doing it because they want to enjoy their bathroom experience. Mm-hmm. There's some percentages that they need to fix stuff, but there's a lot of people that are actually investing in, I want to enjoy my bathroom experience.
It's a nice sanctuary.
Yeah, it is a nice sanctuary, and we always enjoy a nice bath shower, and we just want to make it a little longer in our life. Sometimes time doesn't permit, but when it does permit, we want to be there. So yeah.
And that's House, we should point out for anybody who hasn't
yeah.
experienced it, HOUZZ.com.
Yes.
And it's fantastic, isn't it, to be able to just pin some pictures and, get some
Great
ideas.
ideas for everybody that says, well, I'd like to do a rental. Let's start there and get some visuals, and then they go to the next level to come to a company like ours, obviously, and make it real. So.
Well, I was noticing from the survey you sent me that light and heat seem to be two of the things that homeowners are really featuring right now or focusing on in their bathrooms.
Well, heat is hot. I don't want to use that as a cliche line, but we go from heated floors to heated towels to heated toilet seats to heated backrests to heated seats and tubs. Like everything is really around heating, and again, the enjoyable experience of taking a longer time to be there. If it's cold, you're not going to stay very long, but if it's warm, you're going to stay.
It's
longer.
funny because people like in the 5-10 years ago, like you said, that heat wasn't there, but people maybe go to a nice hotel, they experience that, and then now it's available. They come see you, and they can kind of translate that into their own home. And
Exactly. I know. I think we've all had a little bit of a heated floor experience in just houses we've been in and some other places. And I have a heated toilet seat that I just love, and when I actually turn it off by accident, I really notice it. So you can really get used to something like that.
Okay, you got to be the girl and be there all the time on that, and you really appreciate
then you really will appreciate it a lot more.
Do you find guests don't want to leave your washroom, Mike?
I don't let them go to that washroom.
Okay.
They have to go to the normal washroom, so that's fine.
I'd love to see your bathroom, actually.
I know.
So we talked about light, and there's a lot of push towards chromotherapy, which is colored therapy, and we sometimes hear about that in the office environment where people get really down, especially in Vancouver area where it's very cloudy. They get sad. So there's a lot of move towards making that bathroom experience a little more light, like LED technology, where we actually have bathtubs that have yellow and orange and red lighting that actually simulates sunlight for them, so you could have a bath experience that gives you the feeling of being outside.
That's fascinating. So it's not like the hot tubs that just do it for the disco feel.
Well, there is. People think that's a disco feel, but the realism is that some of those lights actually make you feel better.
Oh,
and there's a lot of studies around that kind of technology.
I thought it was the wine.
There's a combination of those.
Starting the day off right.
Exactly.
Now, in the shower heads too have LEDs right now. Some of them.
Well, some shower heads do have LEDs, but the issue is down in Canada we have a technological backfire with approval ratings on some of that stuff. So it's more about we're going to be there, but it's just about figuring out the right combination. I think we're usually the bathtub experience and the lights on the walls and the whole experience in the bathroom. We'll all be there one day where we're actually going to go there and turn one switch on and feel like we've gone to some summer vacation home, right? So that's what it's all about, right?
Amazing. Yeah, the experience is really being enhanced now with technology.
Exactly.
You're not just going quickly to the washroom and showering quickly and getting out. You can enjoy some time there.
Yeah,
and
we
get
need
away.
that. We all need that break. I think we
Yeah.
all need that break. Life's too busy for us not to at least have 5 minutes, 10 minutes of total relaxation.
So, Mike, when in your showroom, I know you have one of the hot tubs down on Yukon right now
Yes.
at your store. And we were joking that I really did want to try it out. I know it was like, please, you don't bring your bathing suit and hang out in the store.
Which is sad, I'm sorry to say, but you can't do that there.
I understand why. But are we able to experience some of that light to be able to see what this product is like?
Yeah, the one main tub there we have that is made by Ultrabath. They have I just mentioned the LED technology. So even though it's light in the showroom, you can see how that would. And there's also an aromatherapy option to that tub, where there's a little cassette that opens up and you put some aromatherapy in there. So now you can combine the chromo color therapy with the aromatherapy in the water.
Amazing.
And that just takes you away. So.
I had no idea these existed.
It's fantastic. So on Renovate and Build, we've discussed the importance of faucets and how far they've come in technology in recent years. Efficiency, ease of convenience, but faucets can really change the look of the bathroom as well. Right?
Well, they change the look and the style, and it's really a personal choice. Some of that stuff. I think when you talk about technology, for example, we've come a real long way on that piece because we have, especially in the kitchen, is a huge win there for everybody when you have touch technology, or even we call it infrared technology, where you don't even have to touch it. You just come close to it and it'll turn on. So the kitchen environment's very practical for that because your hands, you've been cutting food up and you don't want to touch anything. You always have that. Yeah, you don't want to do that. We all have that in our head. I don't want to touch anything. So all you have to do is come close to it. It turns on. You wash your hands and you haven't touched anything. You hadn't made a mess. You're not worried about that anymore. That's a huge win. We have brought that into not we, but people that develop that stuff have brought that into the bathroom, and especially for little kids.
Yes.
The tap comes on when they come close. It shuts off when they leave. They don't have to worry about leaving taps on and off. The temperature's controlled. They don't have to worry about getting scalded. So small kids and in their own little mini bathroom, you can be secure in the fact that they're not going to get burned. The water's not going to be left on. All those things, and that really helps out in that environment. And that's where the technology really comes into play. Water savings for sure. We were just talking about that in the hallway about water savings. So it's a benefit for everybody on that piece, but also the technology piece is just amazing.
We're moving towards the 22nd century, I guess.
Yeah.
But it all makes sense. It's all just practicality,
introducing
technology that's already out there in many other sectors, and just kind of turning it into.
Yeah, we started out commercially always doing the not touching anything.
Yeah.
That started out very strong. And they thought, well, that's really plays well in the household in certain applications. Not everything, but certain applications. And that's where they brought it in there, and it works. It's good.
Well, if you've been a parent, you know how many times you've come back into your child's bathroom and they've left it going, and you wonder how long that tap has been running full blast.
Or you know how did it get so dirty because they keep touching it and touching it. Well, if they don't touch anything, it doesn't get as dirty.
Yeah.
So it's a win on both sides. Right?
Absolutely. Now, we mentioned faucets, but let's move over to shower heads for a moment. Are more homeowners, are you finding right now, wanting the multiple shower heads and the rain shower heads, or are they sticking with traditional?
Well, I think the big thing is people want the variety. So it's not one or the other. They want to have the best of all worlds. So it's really about figuring out how they can do that based on a renovation and based on how much water supply they really have. I think everybody wants to have the rain shower effect because it's an awesome feeling to be in the rain shower and just be drenched. But there's an advantage to the hand shower. There's an advantage to the body spray. They all have different avenues, and where people can get more than one, they will go for it every single time.
Yeah.
So it's all about figuring out, how much water do I have to facilitate my needs, and then I can pick what I can accommodate.
So they're no longer coming to you just for one. I need help to pick out three.
Well, and sometimes they don't even know that's available, and that's the big thing. When you talk to somebody about, oh, you can have all that, and they go, really? And they get really excited about the fact that I don't want to be stuck with one, because we all sort of grew up in an age where we had the one shower head, and that was it. And you had to rotate your whole body around just to figure that out. But now there's lots of avenues where, I can just stay in one spot, and that'll work.
Yeah,
out
you don't
great.
even have to rotate anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to rotate anymore. So I think it's all about the balance and what we can offer everybody, and that whole combination effect that they really find exciting. And I think that's really when you see people's eyes light up at the fact that they're going to get all of that, or they could get all of that, they can't say no. Yeah. They can't say no, really. That's the whole thing.
And as you said, you don't have to get away to a luxury hotel anymore. You can just stay home and enjoy those features that we used to kind of escape to a nice spa for.
Yeah, and we didn't really touch on it, but most of the major rentals in the bathroom area is the master ensuite, where it's really just about the people that live there and their experience. And
Forget the guests.
they're not putting all those multiple features in their spare bathroom. They're putting all that where they are.
Right.
So it's important to remember that, and that's what I would do for sure.
It's like home theater too. Like 5 years ago, having a home theater in your home was horribly expensive.
Yeah.
Also, if it's becoming more, as it becomes more mainstream, ultimately becomes more cost effective as, as
Exactly.
the new wave rolls through. So
Exactly.
people are starting to find out that they have options at the.
Sorry, I was just going to interrupt too, just with seniors, and I know a lot of baby boomers right now adapting their bathrooms so that they can stay in their homes longer.
Yes.
Are you finding they too want multiple features in their showers?
Yeah, well, a good example of that is for a senior is a hand shower, because mobility becomes a big issue. So you need the hand shower and the seat in the shower, and those type of things will help them, live a longer, productive life on their own, where they don't need help, don't need to do that. When our 55 is not that old, but during the 65, 75, you could, as long as you have those functionalities in your bathroom, you can take care of yourself, no problem.
Yeah,
so
they don't need assistance.
assistance, yeah. The longer you live without assistance, everybody wants that. So.
Absolutely.
So what about double sinks? Are you finding homeowners are moving towards wanting, 2 sinks in their bathrooms?
In their bathrooms? Bathrooms, yeah. I think, well, it's all about, I think everybody that does a reno thinks about, okay, well, how does our world work? We're doing a reno because we need to change stuff up, but do we both go to work at the same time? Do we both have different times? And that really makes a big dynamic on how they design their bathroom, because I think I mentioned that people are doing it for features and function. There's not a lot of the percentage that's doing it for resale. So really, when you're going to add 2 sinks, it's because it works for your family and it works for you. And if that's going to make you get out of there faster and make everything move smoothly through the day, that's what you'll do.
I find in some of my homeowners that just people like the look of it too. There's some sort of grandness about having that long countertop, 2 sinks, and the mirror space, and
it's about space. And we talk about a lot of the people doing renovations, of course, in the Vancouver area. The renovations they're doing to a bathroom are in a small bathroom. Right. So if they can accommodate it, they will. But it all comes down to what they want to sacrifice. Do I want to have a bigger shower and 1 sink, or do I want to have 2 sinks and a smaller shower? Because we're limited in space when you're doing a reno. So there's always these trade-offs you're going to make in life, and sometimes 2 sinks is one of them. So.
Do you find couples arguing all the time about this?
We find that couples come back every week, changing their mind, which is, their prerogative, right? So.
It's funny when the business there's always those trends, right? Like I can see you like your little wry smile there, because you're dealing with these questions and these kind of these repeated patterns day in, day out, right? And I know you've been in the business a long time.
Yeah,
so
it's fun, and you really want people to get really the most out of it. Yeah. So you really never want to say no, but sometimes the timeline when they start changing their mind too much.
Well, then it's hard too. Like you said, you're looking for decor along with practicality, and then we have to talk about budget. Exactly. But it all has to balance and
that's what a showroom. That's what we're supposed to provide. We're supposed to give them all the options that are available, and then work it down to what they can afford versus what their lifestyle looks like and what's the look like. So something within their budget that makes sense. So
and your staff are great at that, by the way.
Yeah, that's what we're there for. So.
I'm the one going down and asking a zillion questions, and they're always there to help. So, okay, we've talked shower heads. Let's talk tubs.
Okay.
I've got to tell you that building my last home, I said to the builder, I do not want that tub that you traditionally are putting in these homes. I want to get rid of that because I don't want to have to clean it. I'm not a bather. I want a huge shower with multiple shower heads.
Exactly.
So just what you were talking about. Are you finding right now a lot of people skipping tubs?
Yeah, and I think the big question is people want a tub in their home, but they don't want it in their master ensuite. Right. So, and I think it's more about we're very in and out quick, where there's a lot of that. We need to have that shower aspect of our lives, and then with all those options of rain showers we talked about and all those different, that feeling.
It's a better experience.
Experience. And we use it more often, let's be honest. When you think about investing some money, a renovation is dollars. So you need to think about how much am I really going to use this? It's like anything you buy in life. How much am I really going to use this? Is this really practical? And I think when it comes down to that, they know that, well, we shower every day. We shower twice a day. Yeah. And a bathtub, it just gets lost a little bit. But when they do put a bathtub in, people go all to that level. They go that level with, like I said, the chromotherapy and the aromatherapy. They make it that experience. It's a lot got to do with space, to be honest. We talked about renovation. You can only fit one or the other sometimes. You have to make a decision. And if you got a huge room, you can fit both. That's great. Not a realism for a lot of renovations in Vancouver because we're dealing with smaller spaces. So they're one over the other. You get more use out of a shower. That's where it goes.
Yeah. And tubs are like works of art now, too. I mean, there's tubs that are just so beautiful just to look at, let alone
Yeah,
bathe
you see
in.
a lot more freestanding units where it becomes a focal point. It
Yeah.
becomes like a big visual aspect of your bathroom,
Mhm.
and it's actually less expensive because you don't have to build it in, you don't have to tile it in. It actually becomes less expensive to have a freestyle and freestanding, and it takes up less room, and it looks like
Looks fantastic,
it's a piece of art really
Yeah.
in your bathroom is what it comes down to,
Yeah.
and it's functional and it's a bath as well, and it looks great. So
Yeah.
when you have the space, it is a great idea.
And I mean, even for different body types, or if you're going to be have 2 people in the tub, etc., there's really a lot of different selection now in tubs versus
Yeah.
just the traditional tub that we
It
used to always
seems
think of
like
growing up.
every year manufacturers are, I think one year we jumped from 4 or 5 freestanding models to maybe 40 over a year, and that really, when the manufacturers delve into that, you can understand that that's what people want.
That's the trend. Yeah.
That's the trend. They want that, and you see the other models going off the radar because you see that's what people's desire is, so they're going to give it to them, and we're happy to do that. So
And bathers are loyal.
they are loyal.
I
I'm
know
not one of them,
friends
but
that-
I'm sure there
Yep.
are some of them out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so that's tub. So our last topic, toilets. What's the latest trend in toilets?
Well, I think we brushed on it before, but toilets, people just want a nice, smooth exterior, nice and easy to clean. They like the fact that it doesn't have that exposed trapway anymore. One pieces are very nice because there's no lines
Yes.
that join the two. And I think it's a visually great experience. And then the other aspect is space. Again, we talk about the wall-mounted tankless. That's a misnomer. There is a tank, but it's in the wall. But all you see is the bowl. But really, to the naked eye, it enlarges that 40 square foot bathroom that you have.
Yes.
Or that. I just talked to a friend of mine. His bathroom's 45 square feet. That's not very big. So if you can make it look a lot bigger by
Yes.
putting that in the wall, big difference to the visual experience. And that's another reason why we have frameless glass on showers.
Right.
So you take that toilet off the ground and put it on the wall, and you put a glass only shower enclosure, you've made that 50 square foot experience look like 100
Yeah.
by doing that. So smooth lines they want, easy cleaning experience, make it look like I have more room is what they want.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that.
It's hard to believe we're saying toilets are beautiful to look at. When you think about growing up, you would just thought a toilet was always going to stay a toilet.
Yes.
But now, like you said, they are incredible to look at and look more commercial, I think, in a lot of aspects.
Well,
than
it's
they ever
funny.
did
I
before.
tell this story a lot because when I first started, we maybe had 3 toilets to sell, 4, and now I can't even count. There must be each manufacturer's got 100, so we've probably got 400 or 500 options.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
To think about that just blows me away. But when we all used to live with 3 models, that was it.
Especially in like condominiums, or more contemporary kind of designs,
Exactly.
where everything's almost minimalistic. So anything that's in the room is ultimately a feature, right?
So if anybody's been to Europe, I think we're adopting a lot of that, where they've got smaller square footages. They took it off the floor a long time ago. We're just seeing that come to us now, and maybe we're seeing it a lot closer in Vancouver than we are in, say, Saskatchewan,
Right.
where we've really got to start living that small room environment. So you see it coming here a lot quicker, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's great. It's a great style. I like it. So I think it's one that'll definitely stick around and grow in our
That's the
world.
way forward.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. We could keep you here all day talking toilets, tubs, and
Oh
fixtures.
wow, exciting!
We really appreciate it, though. We've been speaking with Mike Heaps of Wolseley, Canada. If you'd like to contact Mike at Wolseley, Canada, or visit any of their stores, the best recommendation is to go to Kitchen and Bath Classics. That's Kitchen, A-N-D, bathclassics.com, and you just put in your postal code, and then you can see any of the Wolseley, Canada store products and the store closest to you, so it'll direct you immediately.
And coming up right after the break, we'll be gearing up for another round of product face-off. This week, Gary and Meg are going to be talking fireplace heating and fireplaces.
There's still lots more ahead. This is Renovate and Build, powered by Fair Trade Works with Jim and Sandra.